Hi everyone and welcome to this series on JMeter Beginner tutorial. So this is the 7th session and today we are going to see how to run JMeter from command line or the non-GUI mode. Okay, so this is our JMeter, and in the earlier sessions we have seen how exactly we download and start JMeter on a Windows and a Mac, and how do we create various elements of a test plan, how do we add listeners and then run our test and view the results and analyze the results in this JMeter UI. Okay, so it's a very good UI. So why exactly do we want to go to a non-GUI mode? So why to execute non-GUI mode? One of the reasons is the UI consumes a lot of resources and memory, and therefore when you are running a heavy performance test or a heavy load test, we do not want that any resources or memory is allocated in running the test or viewing the results and various graphical listeners and all those kind of things. We want that all the memory and resources are allocated to the actual performance test that we are executing. That is one of the reasons. The other reason is, if you want to integrate your performance test with other systems, for example a Jenkins or any continuous integration system, and you want that after a build your performance test should be executed, then you have to have a command line version, because it will not open your UI and run the test, create a test and run it from there. So it is very handy to have a command line execution of the performance test. Okay, so let us begin the process of running the JMeter performance test from command line, and for that let us first create a very simple test. So this is my test plan. I'm going to add a thread group, and inside the thread group let me add a sampler HTTP request. Okay, and let us do a test on this website called lifecharger.org. So I'll copy this and I will add the server name. Of course I do not want to add the protocol here. This will be added here, and it is HTTP, so I do not have to add anything. The path, let us say I want to go to this particular page, so I'm adding this path here. Okay, and let me just do a quick test by adding a tree listener, view results in tree, and let me just run it. Okay, it is asking if I want to save. So let me save in this bin examples folder, and I will name it JMeter command line test.jmx, and I'm saving this. So it executed the request, and I can just validate that okay, I'm getting the proper request and response, so my test is valid. Okay, now I have to execute the same test from command line. So let me just remove this listener. Sorry. Okay, I have removed the listener, so now there are no listeners in this test plan, and I'll just save and I'll quit the JMeter. Okay, now I have to run the same test from a command line. So step 1 will be, go to your command line and then go to JMeter bin folder. Okay, so I'm already in my JMeter bin folder, so my JMeter is installed here, uh, desktop tools Apache JMeter bin. So I'm already there in this particular folder. So here what we have to do is, after going to this particular location, the command to execute JMeter test is JMeter -n -t. Then you have to give the location of your JMeter test script, which will be the .jmx file, and then you can say -l, and you have to give the location of the result file. Okay. Now, before I actually execute this command, let us quickly understand these options. Okay, what is -n? -n tells that we have to execute JMeter in non-GUI mode. Okay, and then -t is for location of JMeter script. So wherever you have saved your test script, you can give that with -t, and -l is for location of result file, wherever you want to log the results. Okay, so let us go and run the command. So I will say sh jmeter, and please notice that I am using sh because I am on Mac. So if you are on Mac or Linux, you will use sh. Otherwise, your command will directly start from jmeter. Okay, so if I am on Windows, I will say directly jmeter and not sh in the beginning, right? So because I am on Mac, I'll say sh jmeter -n -t, and now I have to give the location of my script. So my script is here inside bin examples. We have JMeter command line test. Okay, so let me go to this location. Inside examples, I have JMeter command line test.gmx. This was the script I just saved, and then I will say -l, and now I have to give the location of the result file. So let us create a CSV. I already have a CSV file, and let me just check if this is empty or not. So yes, this is a empty CSV file, and I can use this file for logging the results. So again, I will give the location of this CSV file in my command, and I'll go to this location. So this is CSV test 1. Okay, so let me just now execute this. So it is writing some logs, and it has executed the test, and it has created the result file. If I go to my result file, yes, you can see it got created just now, and let me open this, and yes, it has logged the results here. Okay, let me also copy this command that I used. Okay, so you can see I use the same thing, JMeter -n -t, location of my script -l, and then the location of the result file. Okay, now because I have configured this particular test with a single user, and that is why I'm getting a single line of response here. If I have multiple users and multiple threads, I'll get all the results logged here. Okay, so this is how we can do a test on through a non-GUI mode. Okay, and there are some other options that you can use in JMeter, and let me just show you how you can go there. So you can write JMeter -h and click on enter, and you will get some options here. Okay, and again I have used sh because I am on Mac. If you are on a Windows, you will just say JMeter -h. Okay, and you will get the same results. You will get all the options for JMeter. Okay, Okay, the same thing I've got on Windows as well, right? So what exactly it shows us is, now you can see to list all command line options, open a command prompt and type this. To run Apache JMeter in GUI mode, in Windows you have to use jmeter.bat, in Linux you have to use jmeter.sh. To run Apache JMeter in non-GUI mode, this is exactly what we did in this session. We have to use jmeter.bat Windows and jmeter.sh in Linux, and this, then -n, -t, and all these options. Okay. Uh, to generate a report you can use these options. Okay, to run Apache JMeter in server mode. So you can actually get all these options by using this particular command. I will write it down here. Okay, and there's other thing that you can also do. You can say JMeter space hyphen question mark, and here you will get all the options that you can use with the JMeter command. Okay, so using this we can get all the options. So this H is for help, V minus V is for version, minus T is for test file that we just saw, minus L is for log file. Okay, hyphen N is for non-GUI. Okay, so this is how this is a very simple way how we execute JMeter in non-GUI mode. Hope you like it. Thank you.